I am Utika Anselm Chimezie, popularly known as Utika Oja, the professional and international flutist. Please keep watching and following the Creatives Converse. Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome to Creative Converse. Once again, I am Jesse Miracle, your favorite host, and today is another privilege, an opportunity to have another creative in so many dimensions. Now, I'm going to be mentioning a couple of things Otika doesn't know I know. Maybe he knows I know, but then it's fine. Mr. Chukwuebuka Anselm Otika, popularly known as Otika Oja. He's a flutist. He's a kitchen master, a very big chef, a businessman, a psychologist, and a musician. And then it's a rare honor to have you in the studio today to discuss several dimensions of the creative industry regarding ordinary and Omenani. Because over time, Ebuka was here one time, and anytime if we deep here, na film, Emma go no on your jaw, yeah, chat here. And then I did a video 2 nights ago, and I said, if at 30 years, that is either you failed as a parent or because there are so many norms that Nollywood has painted as narrative that nsogbu dị ejebe dibia onye one ke ha na a quickie solution, and sometimes either na mama obi wete poison gbo chika ka obi wee gaa n'iru mesizia chika anwa obi anwa chika, some of these narratives has been painted and it is not telling so well. But before we dive deep into this, what has been your experience with film industry in particular? Because I know you need to watch so many films, and you can mention some of them.
All right, thank you so much, Miracle. Talking about the movie industry, I am not fully inside. I just come out, I do what I can do, then go back. When it started with just blowing Oja. Ibucha Oja. And I hope I can mix English and Igbo. Ibucha Oja. Ewa. Then at the time, some producers then said, okay, you will not just blow, I want you to talk. I want you to act as someone's father, and that also went well. So, but the Oja aspect of it, one of the major challenges I've seen in it, and it actually made me to go back and now reinforce for any other person coming. As you know, Ibn Laz or Biog. One very popular movie that it went viral like 3, 4, 5 years ago. In short, immediately after my finishing university, that was when I added the movie. I will fault myself for not bargaining, but even at that, the producer should know what is expected, because you can't toil for years and they employ your service only to give you as little as 6,000 naira. When I don't even collect 6,000 for come and sit down with us and drink. So then I was like, even if I didn't bargain with you people, you should know come on, what is 6,000? So I said, okay, they've done the filming and they've, I can't come and start, I can't tell them to reverse everything, but I learned from that lesson. And the next thing, someone called me to come to Asaba. So we paid 3,000 naira. This was happening around 2019, 3,000 naira. So I was like, I had to shun the person. There are people that it works for. They will collect 3,000 for like 20 years. One day they will start collecting 1 million. That is for them. But for me, if you want to do something, do it well. you want to pay somebody, pay the person well, so that tomorrow, in case you don't have, you say, and when you had, I know how you used to pay. So let's just do this to achieve the goal. So that movie, I won't call the name, but it was one of the advert of that movie. Oh my God. Gave the producer the money, use the producer. It is hard for an Igbo man to say, ego the nine or if I'm with ego, it is hard though. But for the producer, we are all living here in Oka. For the producer, he saw money. Just they call it thriller, the thriller, man, serious money from the thriller alone. Then when the movie came out, it now added, the movie got an award, or not just one, maybe different awards too. Then when they now wanted to do the return of that movie, I will not call the name so that people will not start pointing fingers, but if they know themselves, when they wanted to do the return, instead of looking for that person they gave 6,000, they went and called another person. Well, the person they called is my friend, and he's also in the OJA line, but not just the OJA line, he's also in the Mbem line. So on a OJA, so they now went for a higher person, and I'm very, very, very sure, I can swear with anything, that they never ever gave him 6,000. So when they come next time and you look at them, the first impression matters. The first one we had, you just treated me like I begged to be in that scene, which I don't think. I didn't rush into movie because I was like, if I must be in movie, let it be because of what I can give, not whatever it is they give me. Let me know. No. So that is it. So it actually made me to draw back in anything concerning me. People were like, you should have just continued. You just saw your face will be showing. Many people, their faces showed then. They are still where they are today. Some grow old, their faces don't they show since, but money to treat themselves when they start having one or two, it will not be there. Then you see someone that came in last week, especially the person is a female and has all the things that she should have. The money you've never seen all through your years of toiling in the movie industry, she will have it within a week. Traveling up and down. So what encouragement are you giving us? So if it doesn't work, if I'm not comfortable with that, come and just do it and go. Anything will have. I've never been a fan of it, because I know how much I charge for a day's job, be it wedding, burial, even birthday surprise. I know how much I charge. So now coming to act a whole movie, even if you're not reading any script, you are blowing your charge. That is whatever an artist is doing. If the artist has been on that job for 20 years and you are calling him, you are appreciating him and paying him for the 20 years of being on that job, learning, making things better. Because I'm sure somebody can never do something 20 years and remain at that stage for 20. It is not possible. For example, when I started this OJA way back to 2006, I was just doing it, pepper, just nothing. But I came down to work around 2009, and I saw a student that's very good at that, and he taught me. I improved. Then when I came to Unizik, come on, I continued, I didn't stop. That was when I actually discovered that to me, OJA has suffers, and to me, OJA get keys. If I wasn't improving, I would never discover that. I will remain in that paper of 2006. But I have to improve. And if you're now calling me now, with the experiences, with the places I've gone to, with the stages I've conquered, come on. You should not just come because you should not just come and blow OJA for 5 minutes. That shouldn't ever come out from your mouth, because I didn't learn the OJA for under 5 minutes. I learned it. I kept on learning and improving myself till date. So that's what I can say.
As much as I know that you wouldn't really want to call names, this is the creative space.
Yeah.
I've been victims of these things. I can say categorically that I served Don Singundubis in one of his projects. Okay. And then it's so bad here in Oka, for example, that till date he has not paid me a dime. I shot a commercial for him and a bargained price. This one, you're talking your own because you didn't bargain.
Yeah.
it never came. The agreement was never kept. I've had a lot of people come to me and tell me certain producers are owing them, which I've told them, come to this platform and mention it. I am no longer scared of calling people out for owing people. That is the honest truth. And I know the film you're talking about, which is The Billionaires and The Return of the Billionaires. And I know the producers as well. Yes, if we are going to make things right, we must come to that point where we call it out as it is. Now, I don't understand why somebody would call somebody, even if I'm going from Ifitoka to school gates, to do something, and after that it ends at 6,000 simply because it was not negotiated. And tomorrow, somebody like you, who definitely you were playing in Class of Secrets, I know is a potential for a character, becomes reclining because of your experience from another producer. Now, somebody will say, why is JC antagonizing people? I am not. He's still my friend. When I wanted to premiere my film, Playing Pretend, he gave me his letterheaded paper and I paid for it. To get my movie censored and all of that, he gave me the linkage and all of that. So, where we need help, we would say it. Where you've helped me, I will mention it. Where you are not getting it right, because at the point he stopped picking my calls. He's not the only person. There are other producers that have done that to me while starting up. Frank did it to me in his Dance Matters. Held my hard drive for years, donkey years. I met him first time last year after that film. And I wanted to ask him, how far has that film gone? Because go and actually check the records after that. He might boom for that moment. But come on, the joy that I would carry your job on my head was killed by your own hands. So now it is something that Nollywood has to wake up to. Treat people better. Whether they are in the organization or not, give people maximum rewards for their efforts put in film. Now back to you. What does OJA tools? Because I know if I am talking as a creative, I'm looking at a story. We just dropped text. When I'm looking at text, I'm looking at the unspoken side of marriage. There is a lot to say, and text to me is just a summary of a lot to say. And I'm happy people were able to catch that message that in every marriage, learn to speak up, resolve issues by airing it. What does OJA donation stand in film, in creativity? Whether in music, we've seen Colaboy do OJA, we've seen KC do OJA piano with Ojazi and Credo and the rest of them. What are the inspiration behind OJA? What do they put in? What ingredients is OJA to creativity?
I'll start from where you actually started before your question. I am not a fan of watching Nigerian movies. I have to tell you the truth. So when I was of age, and not just because of sometimes when I see things happening, I just laugh. The setup, I'm not trying to discredit anybody, but there are some I'll just say, but there are some that are very, very good. After that movie, I was going to Abuja to perform. My classmate then called me. Tika, I was taking my bath. She's married then. I was taking my bath and I was hearing OJA. This OJA sounds like Utika's OJA. And she came out and peeked, and so she came out naked to watch, just to watch me. Many people told me they had to watch that film just because of I was in that movie. Even when my younger cousins came, I had to go and buy watch it. Despite me showing in just few scenes, but that their brother is there, that their uncle is there, that Utika OJA is there, that my friend, my classmates, my neighbor, man, people watch that movie from my own end, because I've not been useless all the years. I've been trying my best, I've been speaking in that made them to actually go and watch that. So now to your question, I don't even know how best to put it, but I just try to make people understand that you shouldn't limit OJA to local settings. You shouldn't limit OJA to local settings. Else, we will remain there. Last year, beginning of last year or last 2 years, there was we had 2 movies that trended. One was from the West, the other one was from the East here. I've forgotten their names, but one was Yoruba inclined. They had this their Eyo masquerade, dancing, and I don't want to call the names. And why the other one, I think, had this boy sales of this narration. I was surprised that even in that Eyo own, that Yoruba inclined own, I heard OJA in it. Around that period where they had a court clash, I don't know where, I heard OJA. This is not piano manipulation, please. You know what you'll be doing for years. When you hear it, you know that, till now, many people don't believe that most of the flutings in Teresa Honora's song is not OJA. It's flute. It's not OJA. It's the normal record at the flute. So when we hear it, because there are some things the OJA will do, or there are some sounds you hear, I said, no, this can't be OJA. This is a flute sounding like OJA. And with what technology can do now, they can even make my words to be sounding like OJA. So we shouldn't limit it to the Yoruba this thing had OJA in it. But we came to the Igbo one here that they were showing one boy this and how the Igbo trading and whatever system, and with the Odogus coming in and the attires and everything. No single. Come on. It's not only in shrines that we expect OJA to be. It's not only in shrines, please. Because I, for a person, I don't blow OJA in only where they're having traditional things. I blow OJA even inside the church. Church dedications here in Oka, where I'm based. At least there was a time the former chancellor of the diocese, do invite me for some of them, even if he doesn't. The parish priest of that church that will be dedicated will contact me. We want you to come because this is our culture. We can't leave it for anybody. If we leave it, it dies with us. Take the Yorubas, for example. There is no music. There is no music that you will not see that they are talking drum. Even if it is a worship music, you must hear that talking drum. When Davido went to perform at the O2 Arena last year or last 2 years, he went to that talking drummer. That guy, sure, the money he got from there, he has not finished spending it. So apart from even in churches, I had to train myself to be able to lead praise and worship with OJA. All I just need backup singers. I introduce the song with the OJA, so that people see that this thing is not meant for shrines. At the time, courtesy visits, I had to say yes. If you're going to see somebody, a big man, anybody, a big person, a small person, anybody, so far that person is important to you, you can call on us. We go. They say that man, OJA is used to bulletin them one according to how they say it. They don't use OJA do only Jonathan. They don't use OJA accompany person where they fear. They don't blow OJA in fear. They come on. So that is my own part of the making OJA, go, come to light where people don't just limit it to the shrines. Who uses OJA to do birthday surprise? I had to do. I said no. It's not, because before all these Western instruments came in, both the wind, both the strings, before all of them came, OJA don't day. So if we are talking about seniority, OJA seniors, all of them. So why should we now put them at the back? Well, sometimes you not blame them. The flutists or the Obu OJAs, they don't represent well, even till this modern day. That is why those have taught, or those that have passed through me one way or the other, or those I've spoken to that blow this OJA. So if you're going out to perform anywhere, you must look neat. You shouldn't look like sacrifice. You shouldn't look like a thief. So that if anything should get missing, you should never be the first suspect.
I think that's a problem. Yeah, because most of the young people that play Oja just wears one tattered slippers, one jean knicker and a polo, and then they are beggarly. I think their appearance first betrayed them.
Well, sometimes it favors them, and sometimes it doesn't favor us. In the sense that when you see someone that is totally dressed, you want he has not eaten, and on a board, then they tend to. But when they look at us, well dressed, sometimes we even dressed more than some of the Igwes we have in some communities. Maybe he packed one Lexus 500 outside, not knowing that the person took keke and shot to the event, got there and dressed up to look neat. Because Igbo will say, the eyes will first of all eat. No matter what you're doing, the eyes will first of all eat. By looking at your dressing, if it's food, by looking at, okay, this is fried rice, this is okwa, this. Before the tongue will test, or the ears, or even the nose will have their own, test or whatever they call it. So when you look at somebody well dressed, that was one of the church dedications I went after the whole this thing, we're eating where they kept the buffet, and one priest came out like, I want to get the boy Johnny Mologa and say, yes, father. See, I just laughed. I shouldn't look like a mad person because I'm blowing out. I shouldn't.
Okay, but let's put this out there, because I think because of the way you dress and the fact that you play Oja, a number of persons might have ascribed you to a traditionalist.
Okay.
So I think you should clear it out.
All those things. The last time I checked, I'm Igbo, the Igbo person.
Okay.
Yeah. So me dressing that way, you've not seen me killing you've not seen me before a shrine making incantations, and until you see me doing that, then you can now conclude. For example, you see me in churches. So when you see me in churches, when you see me in even child education and everything, what is a traditionalist? Even though traditionalists, they go to church nowadays. So I am not. The last time I checked, I am still a Catholic, a Christian for that matter. So, okay. And that doesn't make me not to attend programs in other churches. No. Once I'm invited and we discussed our pay and everything, I'll come there and do my thing and go.
Let's go this out a little bit, because what is the hope of an average young man looking up to you to become a flutist? Apart from the likes of you and Ojadele, there is Rare and Ojazi recently. There used to be rarely hope for any Oja. So where in the creative sector do you think that Oja can be infused and become a way of earning, a means of earning for younger people? There's a young boy I saw in Equipment Square one day. I guess you must have met that spot. He's Omongba. And he plays very well. Maybe not so like you do, but then his tone is sensational. He didn't go to school. He couldn't. I went to meet her. They sell fruits. We tried to do the bit we can. But then, what is the hope of the average child who found himself with this stick and wants to earn a living?
While I will be asking this question, I want you to know that our destinies are different. But even at that, do your own part. Then we'll now know whether your own destiny is towards that part. For people I see that blow Oja, or people that meet me at different places, venues, villages, cities, places, anywhere, I ask them, hope you're educated. Okay, because for me to be doing my masters, I'm not even doing masters in. I didn't even study music. I studied psychology, and I'm doing masters in forensic psychology. And this is the first time I'm even saying it out to the public. For me to be doing my masters, that shows that Ijiro Oja may your major hustle, source of income. Wherever he leads you to, just take it. But as a Nigerian, it's good you have some other backends. That boy you're talking about, I know him. I do see him at events. At the time I heard someone wanted to help him, but the parents were not like, maybe he's still young. I don't know. But if we want to be sincere with ourselves, education is very, very, very important. There will be a day to sell you out of others there. So let them, while they are doing their thing, I'm not saying anybody should stop, because I didn't stop while I was going to school. Why they should just go to school. The simplest of all degrees, I know that there's no one that is easy, but just have it. Because one day you'll be in the midst of people and like, okay, I'm so person, studied this, studied that, currently doing this, about to do this, and you just stand up and watch. They're looking at you. Okay, apart from OJA, side OJA, what else? Okay. So I do tell them, make sure you go to school, because there is there must be something that school will teach you. Because like you said, some people will say, okay, when they see me like only OJA, they have that presumption that he's not educated. But when they come to discuss with me and I speak my English the way I can speak it, and they try to bring in some arguments, politics and what is up, and I also contribute my own quota. That's why some people, when they say Utiko Oja, how do you say it? I didn't know Igbo, as in there's so you're both in the traditional side and you're also in the English side, which that is what education actually fine-tuned me to be or to have. So I'm not just telling them be blowing the Oja and be going. You have to have a backend. So the day they will tell you to spell Oja, you'll be able to spell it. What I say, spell Oja, then write it down. You'll be able to, at least from that, education still remains the key. No matter how you want to shy away from it. But like I said when I started this question, destinies are different. Right. Destinies are different. This person might go to school, I'm doing and you see him gradually progressing. Why this person will not go to school, and the first time he or she is coming out, boom, person, everyone, and whichever way, don't be discouraged. Queen Teresa Honora, when she started her own music, this thing with the way she dresses, with the way her dancers were dressing, there was nothing that wasn't said about her. People called her all sorts of names. When they see that she's not, they went to her dancers. Hey, from Ghana, and all this. But these are the people that, when they come for events, they are the people that entertain more the people that are, watching and viewing, because they have the energy to dance and she's comfortable with it. This is none of your business. This is what makes her music go far. Until now, that almost everyone wants to feature her. If she's not in this one's music, she's so if she had given up, then we will not be enjoying this music we are having now. The Obodo that came out, the Gedege remix that came out, we will not be enjoying them now. So if destiny found you on time and blew you, good. If you never reach you, just keep on. A very good day to reach you than staying idle and then putting your hand into what you cannot explain if caught.
Okay, this question I want to ask, I would prefer if you practicalize it. My late uncle, Ifeanyi, so rest in peace, blows Oja and he interprets it. That is another aspect. Because I think in storytelling, if I should hear Oja in a film, I should be able to interpret it. How does an average viewer or listener interpret the melodies of Oja? Aside the hey that we all do, what does the Oja tell?
All right. The Oja talks according to the situation it finds itself. Talking about interpretation of the Oja, if you are not a constant or a frequent listener of Oja, you will not interpret it very, very well, except maybe if it calls your name and your attention is being drawn to it calling your name. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, or your title name. If you're a frequent listener of Oja, you will know that, okay, this is what he's saying. I have this very supportive family, the Amanambos. The wife of this man understands this smile, especially the one I blow. She so well that if I am talking, she also gonna choose Kozegi. You see her interpreting it. That's because she has gotten herself so acquainted with the melodies of the Oja. If you're a novice, if you just see, I just said it and you will not understand it. But if you calm down and listen, you know, okay, starting from the person calling your name, then the person showers you with praises and good wishes. You know that, okay, at the time, when you hear something like Chukwu, you say amen. Yes, you know that this person has actually gotten the message. Again, not entirely what the Oja says can be interpreted, please. Not entirely. If I stand up to blow Oja for like an hour, I will not interpret what I do for that 1 hour. But they are in the melodies that comes in and out. I actually addressed some people, actually honored some people, actually called on some people, actually praised some people, actually prayed for some people. So that is it. It is not on the flutist part to make you understand, especially if the flutist is a professional one, as in we know ourselves. We know ourselves. We know those that make noise. We know those that are trying. And we know that when we hear, sir, this person is and we know those that are even above us, because I can't even accept that I'm the best. And again, whatever we are seeing now, those we are seeing as flutists, they are not the best though. There are more that are inside where network no even there. When you hear those people's melody, oh my God, you know that some are young, some of average age, some are old or elderly. When you hear them, you see that they are no akaraka. So whatever we are seeing now, let us just enjoy it. But there are more hiding some places where we cannot get access to them. Okay, then about the, you said I should practicalize something. Okay, let me just do your Igbo name, because I can't be calling JC Miracle now. OJA. Not to. That's what I just did now. Let me just repeat you. You understand me? So apart from other things I will just be doing, I will put them and come out. For example, let me just do it. See, I did some kind of preamble, then I now came to your name and then praised you and prayed for you. So that is how my own type of Oja works, and many others. They call your name, they pray for you, wish you well, and they continue with the melodies that aligns with the Oja.
Are there spiritual things or sacred things dedicated to this? Because I've caught somebody before. And then he got to my set and started asking certain questions. Questions like answer that he was not supposed to play if there was. So are there,
my brother, please. let's see. God. If you ask that person if he's educated, he will probably tell you no. Because there are certain things that are not even, well, if it is his belief, let him just go with it, because to me all those things are not are not necessary. What if he's wine on answer Borogon, okay, be a buri deal, Jack, only get 500,000. You got some on answer manga more Obono be or contact okay, be a forge and a biffer. Obono on answer a matter, so you not blow Jack. Don't blow it now and don't get your money, don't get paid. We should just leave all this, man. They were created to be in the answer when it's time, and we shouldn't use it against them. If you are telling me that you don't want them to touch your jar, then I say okay, but come on, I've been called to a labor to a hospital where the woman was in labor and they told me to be blowing her jar. This was happening like 5-6 years ago.
I wanted to go down because
I was at the door blowing the jar, and I see the woman push for almost an hour. The hospital is here in Oka. The husband and the wife, they are both medical doctors. So, bro, it's not. I was in that just the blowing the jar until I had I didn't stop. I continued with joy. I did. Before I got home that day, it was around 8 at night because palm wine came. If only every day we had to now start marrying. These are medical doctors who calling on the service of a flutist to come and so that why now no man. Then I had to push you and go and see and go and enjoy this order. He open up or he give up. I can't give up because if I give up, so I will lose this order. While I talk, despite the hardship. So imagine me blowing for who is in labor. And now someone saw and saw it on like, oh come on.
Because why I brought it up is in the theory of music, in the theory and theorist of music, we have the philosophical part of music and there is medical research theories of music. Okay. So I understand this angle you're coming from. And why I know it is normal. I think some people do that. I had 12 here the last time and he was saying some people do it as a way of protecting themselves or making certain regulations around them. Because I've equally had somebody who said, before their word.
Alright. Please, like I said, whatever that works for them, should keep on working for them. Like me now, what I can do and what I've not done, I'm not saying it is not subject to change in the future, but for now, what I've not seen myself doing is teaching the female gender how to blood. I've gotten many as people, showing interest. And the Reverend sister, I want to learn the order. I told them no. For me, with the culture, I don't want to attach anything to it, but no. When they persist in asking questions, I was like, if you learn this soldier so well, because if I teach you, I'll make sure I teach you well so that you learn it so well. In the Igbo tradition, women are not allowed to see certain types of masquerade. Women are not allowed to see certain types. I'm not saying they are not, certain types. And when that masquerade, what gingers the masquerade is Oja, a very resounding one. And that woman, she has grown to that level of giving that resounding masquerade. She will be forced to so like what we call gender role. You understand me? That is why you hardly see a female and white tapper.
Yeah.
A female you hardly. We left that job for Umuoke. In some places, you see this kola nut. If you have it in your land, and you're a woman farming in that land, and it falls, you can't pick it up. You have to go and look. Is either you wait for any male passerby, or you go and bring any male in your family, even if it is a year old. Let him just touch it. You take it that he has picked it. You can't carry it from the floor. So when they come, I'll tell them, I'm sorry, but if you have any brother, I'll even reduce money just to teach that person. But rather than teaching you, even if you want to pay me, I even try not to even go into negotiations of price so that I won't be tempted. So I just tell them no.
Because somebody said the longer you stay on the negotiation table,
thank you.
The tendency that
I just cut it off. I tell them I'm sorry, I can't. Don't use it against me. But there are people that find nothing in it, and you can't crucify them. They believe it is okay to come on. I will even refer them, go and meet this person. You can teach you and it's good. They will teach you. But from my own end,
so if onye na so,
yeah. So that's why I'm telling you, I won't castigate those people saying keep this one for them, keep that for them, and someone and all these things. It is what they believe. How did they say? Okay, you believe, just like some people don't believe that OJA has keys and so I believe him. I believe in it very well, and it has been working for me very, very well. So let's just move on. After all, we all went to school. In our schooling days, you hear of one theory, you hear of another theory, you hear of another theory. Talking about one topic, you hear of another theory, you hear of different theories. We all studied this. That one for exam came out mega pass. This one, Isaac Newton. This one is for me. I believe this one is. This one will come and say this one. Pythagoras will say this one is. All of them, they have the. We all studied it. We studied all their theories. So if these are the theories in OJA, only as in a key or theory here, only as in or theory here. So when you say no, someone or theory here, only as you get the original cocoa or theory here, we owe you people the entertainment using OJA.
Thank you very, very much.
Welcome.
It's been an educational one. Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being here with us. All right, gentlemen, keep watching Creative Compass. We'll keep bringing you topical issues and industry matters as they align with growth. And remember, this platform is not for a tear down. We are calling out actions and bringing solutions to them. Once again, thank you, Tikoja, for being here with us. My name is Jesse Miracle. Don't forget to like, to share, to drop your comment. And if you have any topic you want us to discuss, make sure to put it in the comment section or send it to our email at creativecompass@gmail.com. One love.